Alright guys, we've made it to Spain. Now practice was all wet. I only had 2 drying runs, which I managed to go on the option tires and do 2 laps, so I'm not too sure about how the dry setup will work. But anyway, qualifying is completely soaked wet, and on the full wet tires, went for a fairly high downforce setup with 5.5 wings, which I hope will help me get into at least to Q2. This is Q1 right here, doing a 1:32.6 and a P7 currently in this session. Anyway, we made it to Q2, and this is the first lap of Q2. So, and this lap is a 29.4, which is just brilliant compared to Q1. Very happy with that lap. Managing to stay in Q2 right here. I'm in 5th place at the moment. 2 minutes left, and it looks like through Q3 is what we're aiming for right here. Wow, that is just brilliant. So we managed Q3, and Q3 is intermediate tires. May have a little bit too much downforce for this intermediate weather, but I think a little bit higher downforce rather than a little bit too low downforce. But I think we're going to suffer in the race from the high downforce. But anyway, last couple of corners from Q3, managing P9. So not too good, but I'm very happy with making it to Q3. And I struggled to keep it on the track for my first run in Q3, but managed to get a decent run for my final run in Q3, and that was what you just saw. So we're up for the race. It's a dry race, 100% dry race, so we did go with a lot of downforce for to sort of make it to Q3, and what I was aiming for was Q2 really, but we're going for an option prime option stint. As we did option prime in Bahrain. Didn't work out too well, but now we have completely fresh option tires, as we didn't use any in qualifying, obviously. So I think option prime option is the way to go, and aiming for pitting lap 4-5 maybe, and 11-12-ish for my last stop. Going for a normal tire fuel strategy, I assume. No, we're going to go with cautious actually. But the teammate challenge, we outqualified Paul Di Resta right now in this session, so that was good. So we're definitely going the right way. Gonna quickly run through my setup. Feel free to pause the video if you want to use it for your own advantage. I do not recommend this for a full dry race. If that's what you predict. If you predict a dry race, I would go for maybe a 3 wing, or maybe even a 2 with a front and rear wing angles. But anyway, going out to the track, starting this Grand Prix. Kimi Räikkönen finishing P8 in qualifying, so not too strong qualifying by him, but 5 lights are on, and away we go. Mark Webber just ahead. Daniel Ricciardo in P10. Looks like he has had a great start right there. He's keeping on, and look at that. He's just flying past. And so is Felipe Massa and Jean-Eric Verne, his teammate. You gotta remember, I do run a very high downforce setup, which is gonna aid me in the first 4 or 5 corners, but other than that, I think I'm gonna suffer quite a lot. But managing to take Kimi Räikkönen, and Mark Webber is just ahead. We're gonna brave it down the inside. Jenson Button just ahead now, managing easy pass on Mark Webber right there. Jenson Button is the man to beat at the moment. Sebastian Vettel down in 5th place. That's a little bit surprising, going easily down the inside of Jenson Button on the exit, but locking up a little bit, losing the back end slightly, compromising our exit quite heavily, or quite a lot, into this straight, which is a DRS straight, but obviously no DRS yet, as it's only the first lap. Looks like Sebastian Vettel has bridged a gap of 1.2 seconds already, but look at this, start of lap 2 now, and we're suffering heavily from the straight line speed. to Mark Webber here. Gonna brave it on the brakes, tapping him a little bit. That is not good. And with the downforce we should be able to go quite a lot quicker through this corner. And but now the straight line speed is suffering, as you guys know, and gonna wheel bang him a little bit, and managing to make that move stick. Yes, we did. So lap 2 and P6. Coming up to the start of lap 3, and you can see the straight line speed advantage Mark Webber and Jenson Button has. I'm gonna brave it around the outside, luckily getting to defend that position, but look at this, and my tires are just fading away really. There is nothing more left to them. Braking a little bit too late as well maybe, but Jenson Button, no, that is Kimi Räikkönen actually. Kimi Räikkönen not able to squeeze through, but he managed to squeeze through Jenson Button right there, which is a brilliant move by him. Lap 5 now, we're coming to do our pit stop at this time. So we are just dependent on getting a quick pit stop. Gonna save a little bit of fuel. Look at the train we've got behind us. That's now that we've now let through. Paul Di Resta down in, I think that's P14 at the moment. So he's not doing too well, but that sounds good to me, as he is the main objective to beat, and obviously get some points maybe. Getting out in P21. So Paul Di Resta went into the pits, and that's why we've gained a position. Jules Bianchi going real slow. I guess he's suffering from his tires at this stage. Lap 7. Max Chilton, we're just picking up the back markers now, as we do have the faster tire, as I've got a fresh set of primes and they've got a worn set of options. My tires should be faster. And going a little bit wide, braking a little bit too late. Max Chilton does not have the grip to throw it back at me, and Van der Gaard almost pushed me off the track there, wheel banging me quite heavily, but managing to get him as well. Charles Peak, lap 8 now, and he is peeling off into the pit, so I assume that most of the other AI cars will do the same. And there you go, you can see them on the right hand side in the pits. Up to P11. Are we going to pick up P10 as well? Yes, we do. That was Jenson Button just coming out of the pits, so P10 is not too bad really. On lap 9. End of lap 9, start of lap 10. More cars are coming into the pits, and we're now up to P7. Yes, we are P7. So this is turning out to be a strong finish, but we do have to stop once more, and once again we're suffering from straight line speed as Jenson Button just flies past and not going to be able to go back at him. But anyway, into the pits for the last time for an option stint. P8 at the moment. We're going to lose another 2 positions right there, so P10, another 2, and then another 3, I think. So down into P15 at this stage. Lap 13. Do have the faster of the 2 tires as well as a fresh set, so I think if we're lucky we're going to get some points this race. And you can see once again, even with the DRS, I cannot overtake any cars as I don't have the straight line speed to do so. Lap 15, and these cars should be start to struggling on their tires at this stage. And looks like they're going too wide into this. I think this is turn 4. Maldonado, Hülkenberg, and Bottas scrapping over no point scoring position. And I'm going to dive down the inside of all 3 of them. Gonna make that move stick. And Jean-Eric Verne is the next car. Need to... Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone really wide. And I'm up to P11. Only 1 more position to go until we're up into a point scoring finish. But unfortunately, don't have the pace to do that. Daniel Ricciardo 2.3 seconds ahead on the final lap. Fernando Alonso taking home the win for Ferrari and his home Grand Prix. So that's nice to see him doing well in front of his fans. Anyway, lap 17 out of 17. Hülkenberg is just on my tail. I think I'm going to be able to defend that position fairly well. Just missing out on the points, but still a brilliant drive. I think just a little bit more consistency would help me get up into a solid point scoring finish. P11, just a few seconds separating me from the points, dropping 3 places from my grid position. Paul Di Resta in 16th, not too good for him. Fernando Alonso taking home the win. Sebastian Vettel in 2nd, Nico Rosberg in 3rd. Sergio Perez, strong finish from him, in 4th. Jenson Button in 6th. Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Räikkönen did not finish, as Van der Gaard and Chilton got lapped once. So, fairly strong drive. Lewis Hamilton on the top of the Drivers' Championship. Sebastian Vettel in 2nd, and I'm in 14th. So, Gutierrez getting 2 points. Mercedes leading out. Force India in 7th, so I think we've dropped a little bit. Sauber's gone through. I'm pretty happy with the race. My avatar is obviously not. But let's see what we can do in Monaco for the next Grand Prix. And thank you so much for watching, guys, and goodbye.